Are you feeling exhausted and unfulfilled? If you are in the right place. Hi, I'm Carly Myers, your friendly stress management expert, and this month we are focusing on treating yourself. And I brought on two incredible guests, Logan and Anna, to help us dig into this a little bit deeper. Logan and Anna are the unstoppable sisters, two sisters who are on a mission to show others how to create bigger results in their world without working harder. Aligning your heart set, mindset, and skill set is the foundation of their approach, allowing you to diagnose why you are stuck and how to tap into your innate power and intuition in order to make you unstoppable. So, welcome to the show, Anna and Logan. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. So, would you mind, for those of us who don't know you, sharing how you ended up where you are today as the Unstoppable Sisters?
Yeah, it's a winding road, and we'll make it a short one today. So my story, my origin story, if you will, is I had a very successful career in human resources for 15 years, worked very hard to get all of the things that were supposed to make me happy. It's a very common story. First one in, last one out, and really only focused on my work. And found myself with the money, with the house, with the status, with all the pets that you get from doing a good job, and incredibly miserable. Like really, really unhappy inside and not even knowing why. And Anna can attest to this, like no personal relationships. No, I was an insomniac. I was 45 pounds heavier than I am now. Like I was not on a good trajectory. And for me, the change came when our mother passed. And it was a wake-up call. It was a huge wake-up call of the trajectory that I was on, and not just a bad trajectory health-wise, spirit-wise, but in terms of joy and who I want to be on this planet. And that was my introduction to coaching, because I knew I had to leave that career, and that was all I had. And I was referred to a transition coach who worked with executives who were leaving careers. And that opened my mind up. I always say the 4 words that I got are I get to choose. So for the first time at 41, I got that I get to choose how my life goes. And then left my career, went back and received training as an ontological coach, opened up my private practice 10 years ago. And 3 years ago or so, started having this niggling. This is the heart set talking, that I had something of my own that I wanted to offer. I'm trained in other people's modalities, other people's tools. And when I sat and got really quiet and thought about what I have to offer to other people, and women in particular, it's how to be unstoppable. That's my immutable truth. The trick is doing that without working harder. And that's why we find ourselves here today. And we opened up Call Me Unstoppable, and then I roped Anna in because she is the perfect counterbalance for my approach to the work. She is a peer support specialist. So she is the creative person who walks the walk and does the work and works with the ladies that we work with, the women that we work with, hand in hand, because she's been there, done that, used the tools.
Literally, literally, I have been there and done that. Yeah, I have been coached, and I know how it works, and I know how amazing Logan is.
I love that. And I love that you shared those 4 words, right? I get to choose. And you know what's funny? When you shared that, I thought of another, is it 4 words? It's 5 words that it reminded me of. And that's the first one is I get to choose. The second one is, and I can change my mind.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, I love that, because there's a double meaning. Like I can change my mind, like I could change my mind what I want or what I was told or what I thought I wanted. And also I can change my mind, which goes to our mindset. Like we can't change our mind, which changes everything.
Exactly. So, I wanted to bring you both on here to give us some tips on how we could treat ourselves, how we could, step away from the overwork, how we could really take care of ourselves. So what is it that you really want to bring forward and share today with that?
We have a few just quick tips that we recommend. Self-care is very much on our mind because of our own needs and the needs of the women we work with. COVID has brought a whole new level of need to that topic. So some simple things that we would suggest. One is what we call a treat jar. And that is where you write out some self-care items. We like to say maybe if you're going to do 6, do 2 quick and easy, 2 kind of medium, and then 2 like extravagant. And you can do a lot more. If you're stuck for ideas, ask your friends and family what they might think of in terms of self-care for you. But put all these ideas in little slips of paper in a jar. Do it when you're feeling good, and then you're all prepared when you're not feeling good or when you need a boost. You can reach into your jar and pull out until you find one that fits.
Yeah, I love it. Like it's quick. We like to say like doing the pre-work, like doing the work when you're in a really good space, or you can add to your treat jar all the time so that when you're not in that space, it's really easy to just fall back. Like let's keep it as easy as possible. And I think it's really fun to ask friends and family, like, what would you like to see me doing more for myself? Because they will have a lot of ideas.
They will. They will.
Count on them.
Yeah, count on their opinions coming in.
And I really wanted to jump in here because I love this tip. You know, we teach this thing called creative stress reduction at the Stress Less Company. And creative stress reduction is any activity that gets us out of fight, flight, or freeze mode and into a state of play or flow, or AKA rest and digest. And so I love the idea of doing that pre-work, that figuring out what those creative stress reduction activities are and putting them in the treat jar, the self-care items to support that. So I wanted to tie that back for our audience who has heard about creative stress reduction. The treat jar is a great, fun way to begin implementing that.
Awesome.
Sure.
Awesome. And we have another one that we wanted to share today, which is the permission slip. And we actually have this as a free download on our website. We can give that address later. And the permission slip is literally granting yourself permission to do, be, or not do, not be, whether it's for a moment or for a conversation, for anything. And really what it is, it's a gift from love and compassion for yourself that you're letting yourself off the hook. And for us high achievers and people who are stressed out, we expect so much of ourselves that this is just a little treat. Again, a little treat yourself to, I don't need to be perfect today. I give myself permission not to be perfect. I give myself permission to ask questions. I give myself permission not to do something today. And there's something about writing it down that is really different than just thinking it in your mind. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to kind of be a little nicer to myself today, but writing it down and putting it, we love reminders without effort. Sounds like this will align with your work, Carly. Yeah, reminders without effort, where you don't have to rely on reminding yourself or thinking of it or remembering what you're practicing, that it's right there in front of you. Oh, that's right. For today, I get to not clean the kitchen and not feel bad about it. Like, this is a gift from love and compassion for myself. So that's another tip that we've got.
I love that.
And we have the third one, which is also a free downloadable, is a self-care checklist. We have one that is set up for a week's worth of self-care, and it's just a really good way to track in real time, keeping yourself accountable. Am I doing the things that I said I was going to do for myself? Drinking enough water, getting outside, all that kind of stuff. And again, those are free downloadables on our website.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So we will make sure that those downloads are in the show notes, because goodness gracious, we had no idea we were going to get so many gifts, and it's the holiday season. How could we not?
Right?
So that is their gift to you all. I love it. It couldn't have been a perfect episode for this holiday season. Now, we want to know from the listeners, right? What are some ways that you have already practiced self-care, or you're excited to begin practicing self-care maybe sometime this week? Now, if you're feeling overworked and exhausted, I've got great news. The Stress Less Company works with high-achieving executives, business owners, and managers just like you to find that sense of peace and freedom that they desire. And as a result of our work together, they learn not only how to deepen their spiritual connection, whatever that means to them, but they also learn those tactical tools so that they can experience more free time, more efficiency, and yes, more prosperity. Sounds pretty great, right? Well, you can apply for a complimentary stress assessment today to start the conversation about working together. Simply visit stresslessco.com/apply for more information and, of course, to apply. Now, this concludes this episode of the Stress Less Show. Now, I want to give one last big shout out to Logan and Anna. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having us, and happy holidays to everybody.
Yep.
However you celebrate.
Of
Yep.
course.
Make sure to take some time for you.
Love it. And really quickly, where can we find you on social media?
Oh, sure. www.callmeunstoppable.com is the website, and Call Me Unstoppable with underscores on Instagram, and then you could look for us on Facebook also.
Beautiful, beautiful. So if you've enjoyed this week's episode, let us know by giving us a big old thumbs up and hitting that follow or subscribe button. Thanks for listening. Share if it resonated, and we will see you next week. Bye.